guys, this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So I have been working on a little project for you guys, but I wanted to just break it up and do something different. So I have come along to join in with Amy from Crafty Cats. It's not like a 6 in 60 minutes. It's just a 60-minute colour challenge. And I'm not sure what order it's been going in, but I'm going to pick up on the green because that was one that I just happened to see on Dee Dee's channel. So I'm just going to pick up on the green. I have brought along a bunch of green stuff, just a variety of green things basically that I thought that we could just you know, dive in and pick from and work with. So yeah, I haven't got a plan or anything. I don't know what I'm going to come up with in this 60 minutes, but hey, let's just you know, dive in and have a bit of fun and see what transpires during this time. So I've got my timer here on my iPad, so let me just set it. Oops. Okay, 1 hour. Whoops, 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour. Let's do start. Okie dokie. Right. So I've got this green here. This is just from my Hyde Park background papers. So I have like obviously a variety of different greens here. So yeah, let's just start with this one. Now what should we do with this? This is one that I've already kind of folded, and I was obviously intending on doing something with it, and now who knows what I was intending on doing with it, to be honest. I can't really remember. Let me see. I'm waiting for inspiration to strike. My mind's not kind of fully in the game at the moment because I've been working on something else and I've just hopped across to do this. So yeah, I just need to kind of, you know, settle in and hopefully I will get there in a moment. So yeah, what are we going to do with this? Right, let me just get some coffee dyed card. I've got some behind me. We'll just pull some out. Right, I'm back now. So had to go off and dig out some coffee dyed paper. So not a great start really, is it? And then whilst I was there, I just happened to find some more green paper, which I have coffee dyed before. So I thought I'd just pull that in as well. Okay, so I've got some coffee dyed paper here. So I think what I'll do is I'm just going to cut it, I think just like in half approximately. Like that. And then just going to cut this. Yeah, just put it like that in the first instance. And then what I'm going to do, I think, is just layer this like over onto that coffee dyed paper. So let's just cut that down here. So I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you're all, you know, getting lots of crafting in. We've got no excuse, have we, to not have time to be doing crafting at the moment. Well, I mean, I'm sure that some people are very busy doing other things. Well, I mean, to be fair, it's a kind of like mixed bag, isn't it? Because although we're at home, there's obviously other things now, like trying to source delivery slots for shopping and things like that. So, which obviously is a bit of a nightmare, but you know, there's only so much you can do, isn't there? But anyway, I hope that everybody is, you know, having as nice a time as possible, that you're able to do some nice crafting projects and, you know, take your mind off of what's going on around the world at the moment. Okay, so there we go. So I'm just going to glue this down just with my wet glue. Again, I mean, if you've got a sewing machine or anything, then you could obviously stitch this in place. As you know, my sewing machine is not here, not accessible. Okay. I'm just going to stick that down like that. Okay. Make sure that's really nicely stuck. Now, I mean, obviously when you think green, I mean, green is like my favourite colour, I have to say. I just love it. But when I think green, I automatically kind of think nature. And I don't want like all my pieces to turn out just boring and the same. So I did bring along my inky, my inked inchies here, which I've printed out onto that Avery label page. So I thought what we'll do, you know, maybe 1 or 2 pieces using these, because I don't want to just do nature. I hope to do 1 or 2 nature things in this green challenge, but I don't want to just do nature. It would be nice to mix it up with some other, you know, hopefully less predictable type themes. I don't know. Things or themes, one or the other. So let's just take a bit of sheet music there. Okay. Like that. Now let's pop this inchy onto, what should we put it on? Don't know what it would look like on the brown. No, I don't really want to do that. Let me see whether I've got some thin kind of coffee dyed type paper. Okay, this will do. This will do. So let's just pop this down on there. Okay. Okay, trim that down. Well, not trim it down, but tear it down. So that's quite nice, isn't it? I love that image. It's just so gorgeous. Okay, let's just tear this down slightly more. Like that. Now, obviously, the main theme here is green. So let me just see what else I've got that's green that I can incorporate on this, because I feel like this is like veering away from green, if you see what I mean. So let's just pop this down, which actually I've just noticed beside me, got this. Again, this has been floating around on my desk for like yonks. See, that is nice, but again, I've had this for ages. I can't quite bring myself to use it. I mean, is that just completely like mad or what? Yeah, I think it is. I might use it like that. That's quite nice, isn't it? Oh, wow, I'm going to get rid of something off of my desk. Honestly, I mean, I've had this for like the longest time. What is wrong with me? I have no idea. I don't know why I've hoarded this, to be honest. I can't even remember. I think it was maybe like a Kaisercraft piece. It might have been like a sheet, you know, like a 12 by 12 sheet of journal cards that you then cut apart. But it's just really lovely, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is ink this up before I stick it down, because I don't want to like ink over that piece and make that even darker. So just hunting around now for my ink pad. Oh my gosh, my stuff just like messier than ever today. It probably is because I have been doing, as I say, some other videos, and I'm just like taking a break really from them. So obviously I have got all sorts of stuff from where I've been doing them. Okay. Oh no, I don't know what way's the right way up. Oh well. Let's just wing it and guess and hope for the best. Okay. I know that's not green. I said, didn't I? Oh, let's look around for something green. And what did I do? I picked something completely not green. But although it's not green, it does look nice, doesn't it? It does look good with it. So I'm just going to ink up these edges. Like that. I think I'll put it over there actually. So there we go. Oh, please excuse the back. It's obviously where I've been printing things, you know, whilst I'm trying to get things just right when doing digis. So there we go. And then I'm just going to trim that down here. Oh, I love how that looks. That's just so lovely. I mean, that's just my type of thing, to be honest. I love these colours and yeah, really love it. Now, having a look, really I should be trying to incorporate some other sort of green something in there. Let me just have a look and see whether I've got anything else that's greenish. I mean, I've got my Curator's Collection birds. I should have used that, to be honest, instead of that, because that was at least green, wasn't it? Got this here, but that's like monstrous compared to the building, which is like really strange. Oh, now I'm going to struggle to find anything green to go with this, aren't I? I wonder whether I've got a green butterfly. Let's have a look in my box of butterflies, which I've got some that are ready fussy cut out. So again, I don't want to now go off looking for extra things. So I'm just trying to use what I've actually got like to hand. So if I haven't got a, you know, ready cut one, I don't want to have to go and print some out or hunt down some more. So I'm just having a look. Well, isn't that just typical? I don't seem to have any suitable green butterflies either. This is not very successful so far today, is it? Oh well. Well, I mean, you know, that background is green, so at the end of the day, I mean, if that's all that we have on there that's green, it's green enough, isn't it? It's got enough on there. I've got that little journaling bit, which that's quite nice on there. Let's just go for that. That's another bit then off of my desk as well, so it's all good. Let's just, oh, glue that down. Like that. Okay. So yeah, I mean, you've probably all seen Amy's challenge, her colour challenge. But if you haven't, I will obviously link it below. As I say, I didn't see her initial one. I have seen her, I think it was her orange one that she did. So as I say, I mean, I'm not sure now what colour she's actually up to. And I'm not quite sure what order she did her colours in, but I might just jump in and out and do kind of odd ones. You know, or who knows, I might get time to do the whole lot, because you know, time maybe is on our side at the moment. Oh, I love this piece. I mean, this is just so kind of up my street, the sort of feel of this, because to me this feels quite sort of Baroque type style. I know it's not really, but for me it feels a little bit that way. So I'm just going to put this lace down here, I think. So, and again, I haven't got any of the 3-in-1 at the moment, so I'm just going to use my hot glue to pop that on there. And the hot glue's fine. There we go. I mean, I used to use hot glue all the time, so, you know, I don't have anything against using hot glue. And then I'm just going to pop the bling on there. Yeah, this is my type of thing. Okie dokie. I do like nature type stuff, but yeah, I'm very drawn to more this kind of style for some reason. Okay, let's just move that to one side and let's do something else in green. Let's try and mix it up and do something a bit different. So, oops, gosh, I'm covered in hot glue threads now, so hang on. It's because they got stuck on some paper that's beside me, and so now it's like everywhere. Right, I have got this gorgeous olive green card. Again, I mean, this is very, very thick cardstock. Had this for years, you know. I mean, I had a few sheets of it. I don't just mean I had one random sheet. That would be a strange thing to have. But so I'm just going to, I think, again, just cut this down. And we'll just make, you know, what would either be maybe journaling cards or maybe little pockety type pieces. I'm not sure. We'll see how they evolve and go from there. So let's have this one a little bit more nature type theme. And let's just see what we've got here. So I've got this paper here. I don't know really whether this green goes with the olive green, if I'm honest. Probably doesn't. That definitely doesn't. Let's maybe use, actually, just suddenly thought I have got this here, which is probably better. Oops, I'm covering up my timer now, so I won't then know where I'm at time-wise. Okay, so let's just perhaps use this. So this is just from my Songbird printables. So again, I'm just going to, I think, cut that down. Well, you know, trim it in. I'm just folding it over so as I know roughly where to trim that size-wise. Okay. Okay. And across the top. Like that. Okay, so I just need to probably come back in slightly more on the width there. Okay, right, let's just go for that and glue that down before I can chop and change my mind any further. So, hold on. Okie dokie. There we go. Sorry, being a mucky crafter now. Just wiping it on my hands. Terrible methods that I have going on here. Never mind. Okay, right. Okie dokie. So what's that? Now let's have a look and see what we want to pop on the top of that. So obviously I've got some stuff here to the side. Now I have got some bits and pieces here actually from my Songbird papers, which of course, you know, go properly with this. So what I'm going to do, I think, is take this background page. Now this is printed on 160 GSM, so it's quite nice and thick. And so what I'm going to do is just, I think, glue that down as a little corner pocket there. Actually, I don't know whether I want to cover that up. Let me just have a look and see how it would look if I... Right, change of plan. I'm going to take this like that, and I think make a kind of belly band across the middle. So if I just chop that down slightly more, otherwise it's a little bit on the monstrous side, so just bear with me. Okay. So I think we'll pop that like that. Let me just check. I don't want to make that any smaller because it's still quite thick, isn't it? Quite fat. Let's have a look. Okay, just a tiny bit more off here. Like that. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that there. Like that. I'm just going to pop it down there first, and then I can gauge where I need to put the glue on the other side, and then I will trim it off. Okay. There we go. So we just press that down. Like that. Well, it sounds windy today. It looks very black outside actually. I mean, again, and I might have even said this in this video, I've lost track now of the days and what have you, but yeah, I'm filming ahead, so if I'm repeating myself, I really apologise. Just, you know, it's hard to stay focused and not lose track, to be fair. You know, especially when you're doing videos kind of like back to back, because of course they all sort of merge into one in the end, you know. But yeah, it's looking quite like rain out there. So I've just torn that down. This is just from the little tags that match those birdsong papers, and so I just thought that would be quite nice, and it picks it up because they're the same birds, obviously, that are on there. And then actually there's a tag here. Now, annoyingly, I'm pretty sure I've got some of these tags on, you know, printed out on card rather than paper. So just bear with me for 2 moments. Okay. Just because then, you know, it will save me having to back it onto something. So, oh, it's a different tag. This is a 2-page download, so this is a different page to that page, which is why obviously these are different. So that then threw me for a little bit, but and now I'm not sure whether this is going to fit in that belly band, so I might just have to trim it down a bit. Oh well. See whether it goes in or not. Yay, it does. So we just trim the tag down. There we go. And I have printed that onto the plain back sheet, which I think the plain back sheet is included on the back sheet of the, you know, the birdsong papers. So yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to trim this lace down here, and then I'm just going to trim it like in half. Just decide whether I want to have a piece here in the middle just before I stick this piece on. Right, no, I'm going to stick this piece on because otherwise it's moving constantly, which obviously then makes that slightly tricky. Slightly tricky when this piece is moving around all the time. Okay. So that's that piece, and then do we have that piece there, or shall we have it down here? We could probably have a piece here as well, to be honest. Should we do that? So I'm just going to round the corners on here. Like that. Oops, that was horrible rounding on that one. So I'm just going to ink that up because obviously, you know, this has been coffee dyed and this bit hasn't. So I just want to sort of get it to blend in slightly better. And just ink around the olive greeny type part as well. Okay, so I'm just going to glue this on top or bottom. Let's glue this bit down because I definitely want that bit there. So just pop some glue here. Just trim that down. Okay, do we want this on the top or do we want it on the bottom? Oh, it's so tough to decide, isn't it? Or do we want top and bottom? That's like a bit in your face, isn't it? So let's not do that. Oh, I can't decide now. Oh, let's just have it at the bottom. I mean, apart from anything else, I didn't cut that very straight at the bottom, so that will just cover that up quite well. Which is, you know, no bad thing there, so let's just cover that up. Okay. That's fine. And then I'm just going to ink my tag up. Yeah, I mean, green is my favourite colour, I have to say. So this is really nice to be using green. So let's just pop that tag in there. And actually, just one more thing before I'm done with that piece is a suddenly thought. Oops. I have got beside me my bows. Oops. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh no. Can't now get into the box of bows, so that's now just holding me up further. Oh, come on. Right. Oh no. Oh. For a moment I thought, oh, I don't believe it. Because I thought I had these little polka dot bows, and then when I looked I thought, oh, that's weird, they're not there. So perhaps we'll have, I was going to have the little bow on the card itself, but actually I think what I'll do is pop it there, but pop something on there as a tab first. So do I have anything laying about on my desk that I can use as a tab? I'm sure I probably do. Got that, or I have got this lace, whoops, which is probably better. I say that, it might not be quite big enough actually. Let's just chop that down. Okay. This might not be going to be big enough because obviously it needs to kind of bend round. Well, I mean, it's a little bit sparse, but will do. So I'm just going to trim it down so it's not quite so wide, because then that's obviously looking even more strange where it's quite quite short but very wide. So we just glue that one on there like that, and then on the back. So I mean, that is a titchy tab, but you know, it's fine. And then I'll just pop that bow on there. That just finishes that off in a really sort of pretty way. And just pop that in there. So I mean, again, you know, that could then be used as either a journaling card or actually just like a little journaling spot thing on the actual page itself. So just having a look, got some green bling here, which I could just use on there as well. On there or down there? Oh, down there. Down there, right. Okay. Oops. Okay, so that's another green piece there. Put that out the way and then just make another one. So we're like halfway through, it's just 29 minutes left. So right, what else have we got here? I've got this paper bag, which I had printed this ages ago, and as you can see, it kind of got sucked through. I think it actually even got sucked through with something else by mistake, to be fair. I don't think it was supposed to be, you know, going through the printer at all, to be honest, but that's why it's turned out like that. So I'm just going to bin that. Now. That's a little bit drab, isn't it? What if we fold that over? Fold that over and just have it like that. So just going to glue this together. Like that. And then just spread that out. I think what I might do is cut this down with like my decorative edge scissors. So if I just grab those, so I'm just going to cut it down. And again, I mean, obviously waiting for it to dry would be preferable. And I'm going to cut it down on that folded edge as well. And I don't mind if this is going to be like separating, if you see what I mean, because I actually think that that will make it more interesting. So, you know, anywhere where it's going to separate, I actually don't mind that. Ooh, right, very tatty cutting, not helped by the fact it's still wet, but having said that, it possibly wouldn't be any better anyway, but it's a tatty piece, it's a shabby chic piece. That's okay, that's fine. Right, so we've got that piece there, and I wanted to use my spring birds, but actually I have to say I think it's going to go better with the birdsong pages, because of course, you know, this is quite a sort of army green, I guess, so it would go better with those, wouldn't it, really? So that's just... But, you know, it's another thing that's been just sat behind me for ages. So, again, it's quite nice to use it up in some form. So, there we go. Oops. Now, I've got my cute little bird houses here. And I just put this one along because obviously it was green. So I just thought, oh, maybe this would be quite cute to use somewhere. But again, I'm not sure how good it's going to look because obviously this being that army green, it maybe is not going to look quite so pretty with this colour green. Oh, it doesn't look too bad actually. I mean, I'm not saying it's the best. There are some background pages that go with these birdhouses, which of course, you know, they obviously look a lot better with them than this, but who knows, it might look okay. What if I kind of couple it with this? Let's just tear this one out. In fact, let's tear it down here. Looks really horrible, doesn't it? Sometimes I just think, you know, you try and make something and then it's like, oh, that just looks awful. Right. Not helped also by my really rubbish cutting. So, right, hopefully that looks at least tidier now, how it's cut. So, right, let's have a look. So if I have this torn off here, for instance, I just wanted to do something different. I didn't want to do like 3 identical pieces because I just thought that was really boring. But now I'm kind of thinking, oh, perhaps I should have done 3 identical pieces because this is just going to look really horrible. And it's better boring than horrible, isn't it? Let's face it. Nobody wants horrible, do they? Nobody wants horrible. Huh? No, I don't like that either. Oh, this is just going to be one of those disasters, isn't it? Oh, I just spotted this. It's just literally to the side of me. How about if we have that there? I mean, it has got lots of green on there, hasn't it? I mean, it's, I don't know, it's not really the most attractive piece I've ever made. I've got to be honest. Not loving it so far. Oh, let's wipe that. Scrap that idea. Because sometimes I just think, well, there's no point doing something that you know, that you don't even like, is there? Because then, of course, what's the point? What is the point of doing something you literally don't even like in the first place? Because if you don't like it when you make it, you're not going to like it later, are you? Right, let's have a look at the spring birds and see. I mean, they're not going to look great on that colour, are they? I mean, perhaps this colour is the problem here. So perhaps I should just scrap that and do something different. Right, that's gone. Let's move to the side now. Okay, right. Okay, let's move on. Oh, here's my spring birds. Oh, love this page. It's just, oh, it's my type of colour. Haven't ever used this kit. I have made a couple of things with it, but I haven't like made a complete project with it. So let's have a look. This is one of those papers that, you know, I don't want to cover any of it because I just really love the colours and love the images and things. Well, let's just do that for a moment. Now I'm thinking I might have to trim this down here so that I can see that bird's little red head because it's really sweet. So I'll just trim this down here at this edge. Oh my gosh, what horrible cutting I did that time. That was just like appalling. Just tidy this edge up, which just looks terrible, terrible, terrible. Okay, hopefully that looks a little bit better. Might not look perfect, but it does hopefully look a bit better. Okay, yeah, that's much improved. So we could have that there. Now, should we... I don't want to cover any of this up. It's just all really yummy. It's just my kind of patterns. So I don't want to actually cover it up at all. I do find this, you know, like if I really like a paper, you know, I kind of struggle to use it sometimes because I don't want to cover anything up. And that's definitely going on here at the moment. Well, we might just have to have something like this just going on as it is. Well, I'm doing abysmally badly at this challenge malarkey, I must say. Sorry, Amy, if you just happen to stumble across this video. It's just not really going very well. I don't know why, but... Oh dear. Well, perhaps I would just pop something like a little bit of lace at the bottom and that green bling or something. That might be nice. Or perhaps we should have white lace and the green bling. Quite nice, isn't it? Perhaps I'll have it up there. So, right, let's commit to this in some form because this is just mad ridiculous, isn't it? Oops. There we go. I'm just going to trim that lace off here. And then we'll just glue this bling down across there. Okay. Oops, my tummy's rumbling, so I'm obviously getting hungry, which probably is not helping, so okay. Okay, so we've got that there, and then I wonder if we could have some sort of nice closure going on. Oh, I don't know. To at least kind of make it look a little bit more decorated. So let me just find my cardboard that I've been using for putting my closures in. Oops. I'll just do two because I haven't quite decided how I'm going to be doing it yet. I mean, actually, I don't even want to ink that paper up because I just love it as it is. So I think what I'll do is I will just do a little brad there. I know this is really boring. Really boring, but you know, just sometimes you kind of like have bits and think, well, actually that doesn't really need much else. It's kind of pretty enough on its own. So there we go. Let's just have a brad there. And then what we'll do is just have like string wrapping, I think, right the way around there. Yep. So yeah, I'm not going to dig out the string now because hopefully I might be able to just do one more piece quickly before the end of this. Right, we have the other piece of the olive green, so let's just go for that. And let's just really really try and crack on. Were we trying to use the olive green just now? Was that the piece that we couldn't make work? Oh no, it was that it's that other one, wasn't it? It was the thingamajiggy. It was the, what do you call it? The thingy. Right, let's now just do another. I'm just going to cut this down here. It was the paper bag. That's the word that I was struggling to get to grips with. Right, let's just cut that out. Again, this is just some paper that I think this possibly even came free, to be fair, with the magazine, like years ago. So, I mean, it's been in my stash for years. So, let's just pop that on there. Again, I'll probably have to trim this down, but that's okay. Okay, just trim that down a little bit there. It's actually got that really lovely picture of that lady on that side, but I think I'm going to go for it on this side. Oh my gosh, look at my cutting. Yeah, it's obviously getting near lunchtime, so also I have been videoing like back to back, so I think I'm just like flagging slightly now. I will trim this down, don't worry. I won't just leave it there looking really like an eyesore. I wonder if it would look good with this birdhouse with the roses. You know, because it might be sort of quite contrasty. Let's just trim that down. That's kind of cute, I think. Is it kind of cute? Is it? Just having a bit more of a rummage through my stuff up here. Right, do you know what? Let's just commit somehow. So I'm going to glue this down. And that way I've at least committed to something on here, because I'm otherwise just mucking about on here, to be honest. Yeah, I think I'm obviously in need of probably some lunch and definitely a cup of tea. So perhaps I should do that in a minute. Do that in a minute, and then hopefully I'll be feeling refreshed. Obviously that will be it for today, because then that will be my homeschooling time anyway with my daughter. So yeah, you will be spared any further non-crafting going on. Right, that's quite cute. Now just having a look. This little piece of sheet music that was just again laying around there. Could just have that there. And actually, I'm just wondering whether we could have this just like in the background. So I'm just going to cut around this. Again, I haven't used these sticker type things in this way, but let's see how this looks. It might look okay, it might look rubbish, but give it a try. Give it a try and see how it looks. Oh, they're quite cool, aren't they? Like that. So let's just ink around this. actually. I'm now just thinking, just bear with me for a moment. I'm just wondering whether we could use some of those other inchies just dotted around. So there's obviously like this one with the bird, or this one with the little row of birds. So I'm just going to quickly cut those out. So again, I'm just trimming this more round, you know, not exactly the bird shape, but, you know, somehow birdie shaped-ish, bird shape-ish. I'm just wondering whether we could have that there, like that. Let me just check that we don't want that green birdhouse. Oh, which of course now I can't find anywhere. Oh, what? I mean, that's like all of, you know, 10 minutes since I had that green birdhouse, isn't it? And now, of course, I can't find that. Unless it's here still. Oh, there it is. Oh, I think maybe the green one, actually. So I'm just going to pop these birds down. Oops. Well, if I can ever get them unstuck, that is. Come on. Oh, come on. Okay, here we go. Perhaps I'll have them lower, like that. So if we have that like that, now I wonder, let's just cut this one out now. Okay. I'm just wondering whether we could have that one sort of flying, you know, more flying into the bird cage. What do you think? Right, let's go for that. So let's just pop this one down here. Like that. Then just going to ink this up a little bit. Can't even remember whether we inked this before or not, so just ink it again. I'm just going to pop this down like that. Okay. And then I think just before I stick that on there, I'm just going to get some sort of stamp to just pop in those corners. So again, just bear with me, I've got a stamp in my little folder thing. So it's just quite a delicate stamp. And I'm just going to do a little bit of sort of decorative stamping around. So I'm just getting my black stays on. Okay. And then I'm just going to stamp around a little bit. So I'm just going to do a tiny bit here. Tiny bit here. And then I just need to kind of cover this up a little bit. I mean, obviously, really, I should have thought and done my stamping first, but because I didn't, I'm just covering my stuck down pieces, you know, by popping something over them like that. Okay, so just pop that in there. That looks quite cute. And then I might just do a little tiny bit of script. I don't know what that was that's just fallen down on my off my desk. Oh, I can't find my script stamp now. Oh, here it is. It's just one of those really awful days, obviously, for crafting for me. We just have them sometimes, don't we? Okay. And then I'm just going to take my little bird, the little black one there, and just pop him there. Okay, so that all looks quite nice now, doesn't it? So we just ink everything up a little bit, and then do we want a bit of lace or something on there? Of course we do. Of course we do. Because how boring would that be otherwise? Just wouldn't really be one of mine, let's be honest. Just be yeah, like who made that? Doesn't look anything like something. Because of course everything we make has to have a bit of lace on, doesn't it? So let's just pop a bit of lace up here, like that. Oh, this is just really odd, I know, but I just stumbled across this, just sat beside me, and I just thought, oh, would that look quite good somewhere? I'm not saying it would, but it just kind of caught my eye, and I thought, oh, perhaps I need that on there somewhere. I know, that's strange. Very strange. I don't know why that caught my eye, but sometimes things just do, don't they? Let me see. Ah, well. Hey, in for a penny, in for a pound. Let's just add that on, shall we? Let me just pop that down like that. Oh, another piece gone from my desk, you see? I mean, as if that's going to really do anything to the state of my desk, that minuscule little bit. And then I've got a little tiny bit of bling there that we can just finish that off with. Okay. So we just... pop that down like that. Okay. Okay, right, we have 2 minutes 39 on the clock. So, of course, that's not going to be long enough to do anything else. And I'm sure you're all very pleased to hear that, because, my gosh, what a dreadful day's crafting that was today. Yes, so I'm going to go and get, at the very least, a cup of tea, so that I'm a little bit more normal. But these were the bits that we created. So actually I'm just going to get my string. I've got a new roll, a new ball of string here. So again, I bought these, you know, as I thought the lockdown was going to be coming in, because I did not want to be without string. So again, we can just tie that around here. Okay. Okie dokie. Right. Just trim that down. And then I'm just going to wrap that around like that. Okay. Oops. I'll just trim that down. Okay. So that's our pieces that we've made. Awful crafting going on there, and yep, hopefully a little bit better next time in the next video. But thank you so much, Amy. What a lovely idea for a challenge. Yep, no, it was fun. And yeah, hopefully it will be a little bit better next time. So I'll probably just dip in and out of the challenge, but great idea. Thank you very much, Amy. So I will see you guys soon. Thanks then. Bye.